From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Ignace Aleya is a Belgium-based YouTube content creator, filmmaker, visual effects artist, and entertainment influencer on Intellifluence. At the age of 14, Ignace found his passion for film and started making short films until he was discovered on YouTube by some directors to do visual effects for a feature film at the age of 18. Every Tuesday and Friday, Ignace uploads a new filmmaking tutorial to his YouTube channel, powered by his company Tolerated Cinematics, which is currently being rebranded as Creator Galaxy. Let's get started. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background in film and photography, how you got started?
Yeah, definitely. So basically how I got started is I was 14 years old. I was gaming a lot and yeah, I wanted to do something with those games. I was doing pretty great. So I wanted to make a movie of that, like a little compilation. But of course I started like searching for, to really make my audience, surprised a little bit, with some effects and some editing styles and techniques. And people saw that and they wondered, how did I do that? So I started, little by little, putting out a tutorial at that point in time, but I didn't really realize I was making any educational tutorial channel or something. But I started doing gaming edits and then a little bit of tutorials on how I created those effects. And then it kind of grew into making a film educational channel. And of course, I experimented a lot on my own. I made some short films. Mostly of my knowledge is all self-taught. I did go to school in multimedia, so that's in the secondary school where you can kind of learn everything that is multimedia related, so Photoshop and stuff like that, Premiere Pro. But basically I ended up teaching myself, so at that point I already knew a lot from tutorials online. Even after I finished that school, apparently I heard the year after me, people were actually looking for my tutorials and doing that as a class. So the teacher just said, look up Ignace Aleya and do something what he tells you. And that was basically the class for then. So that was pretty cool. Then I ended up in a graphic design school, especially for web design and stuff, which was pretty great, but it wasn't really what was like the best fit for me. And at that point, I was already doing okay on YouTube. And a director from America, from California, contacted me if I could do a simple effect for his movie. And that way I started experimenting more with the effects in movies. And then I found like, this is really what I want to do for the rest of my life. So there is, that's basically where it started to really do visual effects and film.
That's very cool. And at what point did you branch out into influencer marketing?
Yeah, not so long ago, actually. Maybe the last 2 years, I think. But it's only the last year that I really start focusing on that and really putting a little bit more of a story in those products and really being behind those products and believing in them. At first, I did kind of just accept any kind of offer I got in my hands because, yeah, of course, it's all new for me and it's kind of cool to find someone that is interested in kind of promoting their brand on your channel. But therefore, it's not a perfect fit for my channel, and that's where I kind of lost myself a little bit. But right now, I'm definitely very selective with what I work with. I'm the Panasonic Belgium ambassador at this point in time. So that's pretty great to really get into that world. And yeah, if I remember how I started, I was looking up to people that were doing this, and now I'm just on their team. I'm together with them. So that's pretty cool. Basically it's the last year that I really started into influential marketing.
That's very cool. And you mentioned story within product promotion. I see some of the best influencer posts, in my opinion, they're telling a story about the product too. It's not just here, and so photography is obviously a very important component of influencer marketing. So what are some things that influencers can do to take better photos or better video when promoting a product?
When I kind of skyrocketed in my own kind of skill set, and I'm not really saying skyrocket because it's an ongoing process and you keep getting better and you keep seeing what your next project could be better at. But where I really saw a lot of difference, a very big difference in my skill set growing was when I started uploading daily, and I don't do that anymore. But I did do it for 6 months last year. So starting in 2016 to 2017 for 6 months or so, I uploaded every single day. And that's basically what I would give as advice. Just do it as much as you can. And it's going to be bad at first, but if you keep doing this on a daily basis, everything you do as a routine and on a daily basis, eventually you're going to get better at it. So how I experienced my kind of history is I learn something and I get good at a point, but then I kind of hit like a ceiling and I can't get any better. And I'm like so frustrated for a long time and I don't get better, but I keep making the same kind of stuff. And then after a while of kind of pursuing that, you do get better and you have another ramp up and then you flat down again and you ramp up again. And that's kind of how I felt, how it was going for me. So it's basically just keep doing it, not giving up. And that's all the advice I could give.
Yeah, so if you find that you're plateauing, maybe you're actually learning new stuff, and then you peak again and you think you're plateauing, but you're advancing up if you step back and kind of look at it. Yeah.
When you least expect it, actually.
That's great. So what are some of your favorite locations to shoot as a photographer? Because I checked out, like I said, I checked out your Instagram. It's just beautiful landscapes.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't have a favorite location, and I like to constantly have a new location which is also maybe not the best thing to do because I'm always looking for new locations. But I also think like if you have like one location that you're stuck with and you don't have like much transport to go somewhere else or whatever. For example, in Belgium, it's all like the same kind of environment. So you have to think of new ways on how to make that scene look great on photo. So I also think that's a very important one, just to pick a location, doesn't matter what, and just keep trying to make different angles, different ways of doing it to make it more beautiful. Personally, I really like landscape photography, but I'm also experimenting with other things. I just like to experiment a lot. I don't have a really go-to answer to that to say like, oh, I want to go to that location and shoot only on that location. I'm still in the experimenting phase. I'm going to admit that. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Well, I have an idea, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's always experimenting and just trying out stuff.
That's great. And so tell us a little bit about influencer marketing in Belgium. Is it really popular? Is it just kind of taking off now, or has it been there for a while?
In Belgium, it's actually very weird. Belgium is always behind on everything. Unfortunately.
Not beer. Not beer.
Yeah, not the beer. That's what we're good at, but maybe that's the problem. When we decide stuff, we had too much beer. So basically how Belgium works, it takes a long time before something kind of enters our system. And when it enters, it has like the weirdest kind of rules. Yeah, like if you want to fly a drone, for example, you have to be like 90% a actual pilot. You have to study actual pilot exams and go and take those, which I think is absolutely crazy to fly a toy. But that has nothing to do with the story now. But with influential marketing, it's a very difficult one for me because most of my audience is US based, and therefore the Belgian influencer, the Belgian marketing departments aren't really interested in targeting those. So it's difficult for me to work with them. So I see myself working more with with marketing campaigns that are based in the US or just international in general. But like Panasonic Belgium does see some value because I also have a target audience in Belgium. But of course, the other part of the entire world doesn't really interest them, which I understand completely. And therefore, it's kind of difficult to work often with Belgian marketing agencies for this.
Okay. And you mentioned that you become more selective in campaigns that you're going to spend time on. And so I'm wondering, and you mentioned your partnership with Panasonic. Have you received any weird requests from brands? Like they obviously haven't spent the time researching you, and have you had any odd requests? We always like asking this question because the answers are all across the board.
What could I say? Basically, on a daily basis, I get tons of weird Chinese companies contacting me for very weird things, but they just don't know. It's like a system that I got put into, and they reach out, and yeah, I have a lot of spam in the people that want to kind of reach the channel. But yeah, I also don't do like single videos for a brand or something. I tend not to do those anymore, so I like to integrate more than doing a dedicated video lately, because I also think that works best and it allows me to be the most creative as possible. So yeah, it's kind of changing at the moment also, so I don't have a history with what I'm going to do now. So.
And what are some of your influencer marketing goals or career goals in general for the next 5 years?
For the next 5 years, well, some career goals is currently it's very hard because I do everything on my own. So the entire channel is run by myself, 2 uploads a week, which I also want to improve in quality, story-wise, production value, and entertainment-wise. I want to really kind of think it more through. But that takes time, and that also is very difficult because I don't only do YouTube. I still need to do some other things in order to kind of get around at the end of the month. So we have a website that we're running, which is creatorgalaxy.com, which is not released currently. It's currently toleratedcinematics.com, but we're completely going to rebrand that to Creator Galaxy. As it pronounces a little bit better, it's also a more targeted sentence. Creator Galaxy is going to be a platform where digital creators, can find everything to improve their workflow, like courses, templates, presets, music, and we really want to build it in an entire community. So that's definitely a 5-year goal, to make that website the best it can be, and really integrate that also in the channel, and make more entertaining videos with more effort and more production value in them. That's also definitely a goal, and I'm looking into that right now, but it's a difficult one to balance quality over quantity, because YouTube tends to like quantity a lot, and people like to see quality, but the logarithm is on the deciding point here, so it's a difficult one. So yeah, where do I see the channel? I hope 1 million subscribers would be nice to reach a nice audience, to teach, to make fun, and to also make people have a good time while they're watching the tutorials, while they are learning something. That just makes me feel amazing, and yeah, the larger the audience can grow, the better the community can become. So that's what I signed up for.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace, where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.